Alrighty, everybody. So today we are going back to the Pina Colada inspired mead. What do I mean by inspired by? Well, I'm not putting any rum in it, so it's not going to be a true Pina Colada. Sorry. Not sorry. I want this to be more like a day drinking sort of mead. A little bit lower ABV so that you can just enjoy it all afternoon. All right. So first thing we're going to do is take a specific gravity reading. Again, if you saw the first episode, specific gravity is a measurement of density of a liquid as compared to water. The more sugar that a liquid has, the less dense it is, the more dense than water it is. If it has alcohol, it is more than likely going to be less dense than water. So here's that. Measure, taste for the brewer. Woo, that is dry. All right, 7.1 bricks. Yeah, it has a gravity of 0.987, so she be plenty dry, plenty dry, which is gonna be great. So the yeast have done their thing, and it's gonna be time to add the pineapple. I'm gonna set this up here so that it's a little less in my way. There we go. So it's gonna be Pina Colada. We have some colada in here, used some coconut water in the fermentation process, but we need the pina, which is pineapple. So I'm going to be using 3 pounds of pineapple. You can relatively easily get frozen pineapple from the store. I've had this thawing a little bit I've had it thawing for a little bit, not a generally long time. So if this starts re-fermenting, it wouldn't happen until the pineapple had gotten to room temperature. Why would it re-ferment? Well, adding pineapple would add more sugars. And because we know that the yeast is active, it has gone dry and has not reached its alcohol tolerance, there is a fair chance that it could continue to go ahead and ferment. So, I never said how much ABV this is right now. Oh, wait, that's not the right one. Apologies, it is actually at 1.002, so still very dry. But, and again, the yeast tolerance of the yeast is higher than what is currently here in the jar, which is, it's currently at 9%, and I used 71B yeast, which has a tolerance of up to like 14%. So there is a fair chance that this will start re-fermenting once it's reached the favorable conditions. But we've got 3 pounds we've got 600 grams of 600 grams of pineapple, so I need to measure out 3 pounds. How to do. I know how to do. We're gonna move this and get a bowl to put that in. Ooh, I need to sanitize this bowl. There we go. There we go. All right. So sanitation, very important, even in this stage, because this is a lower ABV. Put that over there. A little bit lower ABV than I usually use. So sanitation is key. So we're going to do 3 pounds. There we go. So 600 grams of this is 1.324 pounds. So we'll continue. Why am I using a bag? It makes easier cleanup later, honestly. That's really the only reason. Let go. All right, we're at 2.672. 2.9. 3.00. Oh, 3 pounds exactly. So now I can have some pineapple later. All right, we've done the measuring. now we got to put it in the fermenter. And I'm doing this before I rack into the fermenter because, as you can see, this is going to be tricky. Or, better yet, put it in the bowl, Rachel. See, this is a learning curve. Learning all the time. Put the pineapple in the bowl, then you can put the bag in the fermenter, and then you can put the pineapple in the bag. It seems silly, but it's necessary. And again, my hands are sanitized, so I'm just shoving in the 3 pounds of pineapple. Ooh, it's trying to escape. No escaping. And it's so cold, so cold. All right. 3 pounds of pineapple. I need to wash my hands. So now we're going to tie off the pineapple. As best as I can, honestly. It's going to be a tricky. There we go. That's nice and tight. That's in there now. All right, so now we get to do the fun part of racking. Racking is literally just going from one vessel to another. And in this case, it's so that we get off the lees and can go into infusion of the pineapple. So bubbles are fine. It's no big deal. It is a no rinse foaming sanitizer. And we give it a few pumps. There we go. And we let it go do its thing. It's already got a beautiful color. I'm looking forward to it clearing up. So if you're unaware, height makes a big difference in the racking process. It will go much faster if I hold it up here. I don't like doing that because I'm short, but sometimes you do what you got to do to make things progress a little bit faster. And I'm tilting it so that the liquid, I can keep the liquid, there we go, come on, coming in without getting all of the lees. Come on. And even then, there will still be some loss. There we go. Yep, still some loss, but it's not terrible. There we go. Put this in here. Ooh, nope, we're not gonna put that in there. We're gonna put this in the sink. If you look, you can see just how much goop there is. There we go, much better. There is this lees, which is a cake of proteins and dead yeast, and we don't want that in our brew. So, put this in the sink as well. All right, what's next? We put a lid on it and let it go for a couple of weeks to let the pineapple infuse. It'll probably take at least today for the pineapple to thaw, and then we'll see if it actually starts fermenting again. We'll keep an eye on that, but we're gonna put the lid on, we'll put an airlock in, And we'll let this infuse for a couple of weeks. After that, we'll add some pineapple. We've already got the pineapple. We'll add some coconut shavings that are be toasted, and we'll get that pina colada mead set to go. All right, that's it, everybody, for today. See you next time.